Listen up.
It's the number one voice of the tri-state. I'm number one. It's Cooking Up 215. So let the show begin.
Turn me up.
Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth.
It's your girl Amber Graham.
And this is Cooking Up 215, where we get you up close and personal with your favorite artists, entrepreneurs, shakers, and move makers. And today we got a special guest. We got my man Jae Skeese.
Peace, salute.
Listen, man,
Appreciate
we got
you
Jae
having
Skeese representing, the east side of Buffalo, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, New York in the house. Listen, man, you a long way from home, man. Not that long, but
Not too long. It's about 6 hours. You know what I mean? We outside, though. We outside.
We appreciate you making the trip, man, coming down, hanging with the gang.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm glad to be here, man. Like, I love Philly. You know what I mean? Philly been showing me a lot of love a long time. I used to work at Villa for a long time.
Yeah,
you know
you definitely
I know
did.
It's not that anymore, but Philly always been kind of like a part of my life. You know what I mean?
You was doing ciphers at Villa, right?
At Villa, that's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
For sure, man. So you got a long history of music in you. Like you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
Like you started making music when you was like 13?
Mm-hmm. About 13 years old, 12, 13. Yep.
That's heavy. That's crazy.
Was you even in high school yet?
Nah, I was like 7th grade. That's when I really started recording. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a short.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's super crazy. So it was somebody like that was real special in your life that was, I would say, part of your music journey early on, your best friend, Jared Barker.
Yeah. That's
Weez.
crazy. You know his name and all that. Yeah, rest in peace, Weez, man.
Yeah, that's real wild. And it's like just going through, like, shout out Fame. She do a lot of research for us and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all had like a real similar history. Like your dad passed, his dad passed.
So this was actually, who you thinking of? This was my man Scoop.
Okay, so they two different guys.
Yeah, two different people. Yeah,
right.
so Scoop is who I started really doing music with. His uncles, they rapped. And,
Okay.
He
so
always
Scoop uncles that rap.
Yeah, yep. So he always aspired to get in the studio with them. You know what I'm saying? And we both of our fathers had passed away, and I think his was like maybe a year before mine. And one of the ways that he told me he used to kind of get over it was just, writing it down, you know what I mean? And just getting his feelings out that way. And it was him and his cousin. And I was always with them anyway, but I would always beatbox and just, watch them do their thing. And one day they told me to go home, like, yo, go home, write you some raps, like, see what you come up with. I came back the next day with some joints, and it was like, yo, you fire. And then from there, we just kept building and, got better and better to where, his uncles, they heard us one day and told us to start coming to the studio.
And then his uncles, they had a group, J Villains.
J Villains, yep.
J Villains. So that's dope. So you early on, you get inspired. It's all around you, and you an artist though. Like you say, get busy with a paintbrush and everything.
Yeah, all that.
On top of music.
Damn.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's different, man. When you artistic like that.
Yes.
Yeah, it
you
just
tap in a different level.
When I paint, I kind of. There's certain ideas that I might have that I may not be able to put on a record. You know what I'm saying? And, I may have something in my head and, it just helps me express that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I love painting. I love just being creative in that way. You know what I'm saying?
That's a gift because I can't paint for shit.
I mean, see, this is the thing, right? Like, and I always felt the same way about myself because I've only been painting for maybe 3 or 4 years. But what I would always base that idea of my creations on was other people's art, right? So, you go to an art gallery and you see somebody that may paint in realism. And because you can't do that, your skill set may not be there yet, you feel like what you have isn't like valuable. But in actuality, like what you put down may be just as valuable as that.
Just different.
Just different.
I mean, because honestly, when it comes to art, that is where the value comes from. It's the fact that it is unlike somebody else.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think a lot of times we forget that.
Yeah.
It's like, because we live in a world where you see everything and you see so much, so you compare. You know what I'm saying? But what they say, like, comparison is the killer of joy. Like, you know what I mean? You kill yourself when you're comparing yourself to somebody else. Like,
that's a big fact.
2 different people. That shit ain't, you know what I mean? It's not supposed to be the same.
Yeah, you're supposed to do it the way that you do it. And when I started really realizing that with the art, it kind of translated over into the music because everything that I talk about in my music is like my real life, and I talk about different topics and I talk about different things, and it's like, yo, nobody else is doing this, so I'm actually doing myself a service by doing this because I'm standing out even more.
Facts. And your first album, your debut mixtape was called Whack.
Yeah, Women, Alcohol, Cash, and Kicks.
Right.
That's fire.
That's super fire.
Yeah, thank you.
So, and I know me and you spoke briefly. You 3 years sober. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
You don't
Appreciate
drink.
that. Thank you.
That's major.
I definitely think that's major, especially nowadays, because it's hard to not drink, bro. It's like
that's
so
a
much
fact.
temptation.
That's a fact.
And
But
then
you know,
even in being in music, it's like they act like you need so many things to
Part of
help
your
you get in that
image.
creative
Yeah.
space. That's a hard vice.
I mean,
to
you
take.
don't really need it though. You know what I mean? Like I feel like had I still been, using alcohol and stuff like that, like I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in now, and it's a reason for that. But I feel like when I stopped using alcohol, I kind of was able to tap into a different side of myself, and I was able to focus more. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't going out as much, and I wasn't spending money on this. Instead, I was saving money, and I was able to make trips, and I was able to do the things I needed to do and just lock in. So it was a decision that I made. And then too, I got my daughter now too, so I always think about her. You know what I'm saying? And what example do I want to set for her? You know what I mean?
So let's talk about Whack in 2010. Like, what was the inspiration behind Women, Alcohol?
Well, really, like when you listen to the title, like Women, Alcohol, Cash, and Kicks, and you listen to the actual tape. I was just talking. I was like 21 years old. I was like 20, 21, between those ages when I was creating it, and I was just like talking about everything that I had going on in my life right then. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it was. Like we had this ill apartment at the time. It was me and 3 of my homies, and it was just like a party house.
The bachelor pad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it was teed. It was called Ocho. You know what I'm saying? It was over by the University of Buffalo. And it was basically like a frat house, but only one of us went to college. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, so
Only one of y'all went to college.
Yeah, right. And it was always lit. I'm talking about Sunday through Saturday. Like it was always a million people at my crib, drinking, hanging out, listening to music. But me, I was always just in my room. I was recording at the time. I was like recording in my closet, so I would be in my room cooking up, and then everybody else would be in the crib, just partying and living their lives and all that, just having fun. And I was just really just talking about what was going on in my life right then. You know what I mean?
And I love when you hear like that's part of somebody's journey. Like I used to rap in my closet back in the day. Like that's
facts. It's videos on YouTube right now. Like you can go and it's a video. It's a song called Grinding. It's me and my man G5GI, and we shot the whole video in my room.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's still up on YouTube now.
Yeah, that'd be like the best come up stories is those ones when it's documented and you can see like somebody who really took this joint from the bottom and took it to the top. So it's like even right now, you done signed the deal under Conway the Machine with Drumworks. It's like you got timing, bro. You're not the youngest. You've been doing this since you was 13. It was like it was even a point in time where I'm sure your mom was trying to tell you like leave the music, like find a trade, get a job and shit like that.
Literally in 2020, my mom was telling me I need to go to trade school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So recent as like 3 years ago.
So when you get hit with that, because we all deal with it. All artists probably deal with that person that where you want them to believe in you as much as you believe in you, and they telling you like, man, you might need to get a safety net. You like, oh, fuck a safety net. Like this is what we doing. Like how do you battle through that? Like how did you push through your mom saying that you already years in? Like how was you feeling personally?
I mean, they always say like when you doing the things that like I'm doing, right, like music, or even if you want to be like a D1 athlete or you want to be in the NBA, you got to be kind of delusional to kind of do that. You know what I mean? Like you got to really believe in yourself to the point where you're not gonna let yourself fail. And that was like kind of where I was at. And what ended up happening was when the pandemic hit, I ended up getting furloughed from my job, and so I was in a position like where I was like still able to create, and I wasn't like working a regular job for a while, but then I had to go back to work. And when I went back, I was just kind of put in a situation where I had to make a decision. So I could have either went back to work and still chase music on the side, or I could have like just
went full time.
Yeah, went full time with music and painting, and I like took a leap of faith. You know what I'm saying?
Just jump straight into music and painting.
Yeah, and that was what I was doing. And 2 days after I made that decision, that's when Conway reached out to me.
Damn.
Yeah, so literally, it was like God just asked me to trust him, and that's what I did. And, you know, he rewarded me with that.
That's crazy.
Are you still painting?
Not so much, just because I don't have the time to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to get back into it, because I was doing more than just painting on canvas. I was doing, like, denim jackets and hoodies and t-shirts and things like that, too. Yeah, I was doing...
you got to take that back up, because that's going to be your brand, like, part of your brand.
For sure. The brand that I had is called Brown Not Black Livia Creed.
Okay.
And so it was inspired by, you know, I had an idea one day. I was at work, and I was like, you know, probably since I was about 7 years old, I would look down at my hands, and I would always say it like, yo, I'm brown, I'm not black, so why am I categorized as being black, right? And I was like, yo, if I put that on the back of a t-shirt or a jacket or something like that, like, what would people think? You know, what would people think? Because, you know, obviously people say we're black people, and it's such a bold statement. It's very generic.
Yeah.
It's very, like, simple, but
it's like we are way broader than that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's saying a lot. And so I went home one day, and I had a denim jacket, and I painted it on the back of this jacket, and I made it to go with, like, this pair of kicks I have. And I went to work the next day, and I was wearing it all day. And I probably had 30 people come up to me, all different types of people too, white people, black people, Asian, like all different types of people. And they're asking me about my jacket. I'm like, nah, it's just like an art piece. And they're like, yo, like, that's dope. I would love to buy one.
Damn.
And then so the second part of it, Livia Creed is inspired by Langston Hughes. And he had a poem called Livia Creed. And what he's saying in the poem is basically like, you know, you're judged by your actions, not by your words. So you gotta live your creed. And so I was putting different things on the jackets that I just kind of live by. You know what I mean? So it was like a whole thing. But when music picked up for me, I kind of had to fall back from it because I was doing everything by hand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And definitely the music is the driving force for you. That's what you really in love with.
Right.
So what's up with Collect Your Wealth?
So Collect Your Wealth, that was a mantra I was going by for a while. It was like, you know, you got $1 million in your mind, you got $1 million in your mind, you know what I'm saying? You got $1 billion in your mind.
Facts.
It's really just like, you just got to go in your mind, and whatever ideas you have, you got to just manifest them, you know what I mean, as best as you can. Like, you know, you got to work towards your goals, and just put on for yourself, you know what I mean? Just collect your wealth. Like, it's there, it's sitting right there. Yeah. You just got to go and get it. You know what I'm saying?
We talk a lot about that, but we be heavy with the manifestation. So we be saying that $1 million, $1 billion check sitting there.
It's sitting right there in your mind.
You just gotta go get that. You gotta catch up to it.
Manifest it in the 3D.
Collect your wealth. So that's something I was really pushing like real heavy around like 2020. I was, you know, incorporating it in like the denim jackets I was doing and the different t-shirts and things like that as well. But you know, it's always something that's in the back of my mind for sure.
So how has music been for you since you teamed up with Conway?
Oh man, like, I'm gonna be honest, man, like it put a different light on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Conway is he's a worldwide recognized figure. You know what I'm saying? He's a star. So you know, just like being like, I think about it like Drake and Lil Wayne, you know what I mean? Or J. Cole and Jay-Z. It's like being next to one of those stars, and you know, his light being shined on me is it's been everything, man. You know what I mean? Like, it took me to a whole different level in my career, to be honest with you, because, you know, there's people who may have known of me outside of my city, but when I started being featured on, you know, different records with Conway and things like that, it was like, yo, I gained so many just followers and fans from his audience, you know what I mean? And I was able to just kind of level up. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy part, I can see why Conway picked you. It's like, we so heavy in the universe, you could tell that was like a universal thing. Y'all seem so similar in one, just in ways y'all look, carry yourselves in sense, but then two, in the music y'all make, y'all some lyrical beasts. You know what I mean? Like, and you really get busy. Yeah. Like, when you talk, you really spit, and the way you use your words and what you're saying, that shit is deep. Even the cover art you choose or the titles you choose, you know what I mean? It's like everything with your shit be super artistic. It's super deep, thought-provoking in a sense, I should say. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, man, that's a crazy move. And Conway himself, like, he really a machine. He really vicious with the wordplay too. That's a fact. Been stupid for years. So it's like, for you, how do you feel when it comes to having a, like, you pretty much got to carry that torch in a sense. Yeah. Like, did you feel like that would be somewhat of a burden, or it was like a leg up? Like, it's like, yeah, we both spitters. This perfect for me. Or you like, damn, I gotta run behind this guy. You know what I mean?
I think it was never any pressure. It never felt like, oh shit, like, you know, I gotta do this, because I always had that confidence with my pen. You know what I mean? Like I knew for a long time, like, you know, I was top tier with it. I ain't even gonna sit here and because I'm very humble. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I also know what I can do.
You know what you can do.
You know what I'm saying? And the good thing is too, and I always had this in mind, like, because everybody from Buffalo, like Griselda was the first like real collective that got on for Buffalo as far as rappers. Like no rapper had ever took it as far as they've taken it. Mm-hmm. And so when they started like really making national buzz, it was like, you know, in my head, I'm like, yo, if I was to ever, you know, get next to them or sign with them or anything like that, the thing that's gonna work in my favor, it could really either work against me or work for me. And I think in the beginning it kind of worked against me, but you know, we can all spit. I can spit with Conway, but my subject matter is so different from what his is. Mm-hmm. It's just gonna make me stand out.
Fact.
So it's either gonna be a good thing or it's gonna be a bad thing. But I kind of was leaning towards it would be a good thing because it wasn't something that I was faking. I've always just been myself.
Just being yourself, yeah. Because you come in and it's like I said, it's like artistry where, you know, Conway or Butcher is street. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where they talk that kitchen talk and they just say it in so many ways that shit is crazy. Mm-hmm. But yours is definitely always surrounded by some art shit in a sense. Like it's just expressing yourself and shit you going through.
There you go.
I definitely think that, you know, some major things gonna happen. Like I'm looking forward to hear, you know, what y'all done so far. But I know you hungry. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get into that food. You ready, Em?
Yes, I'm ready. I've been ready.
Let's get it. Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth.
It's Emma Grand.
We got my man Jae Skeese with us. We be right back. Let's go.
It's our favorite part of the show. That's your favorite?
Yes, sir.
Chef, what you got cooking? You already know.
Listen, y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth. It's Cooking Up 215, and it is my favorite part of the show. It is time to get into that food. And for today's chef, y'all know one of my favorites, Chef Dina, representing G's Kitchen. What's up, Dina? How you feeling?
Good.
She be here all the time. Like, she might just move in with us, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, listen, let them know what you got for me today.
Today we have our henny wings, white henny wings, over seasoned wedges with a mango margarita with white henny.
And the margaritas, the last drink she made, the cucumber drinks, ooh, superb. So I can't wait to see what this mango drink is hitting for. And the wings, y'all should have seen it. She was pouring the white henny and I'm ready. I don't think they know. Listen, let them know how they can get their hands on one of these margaritas or some of these henny white wings.
You can hit me up on Instagram at G's Kitchen. That's JIE Kitchen __. Or you can also DM me or email me at shadinasimmons@gmail.com.
There y'all go. Make sure y'all get with Chef Dina. G's Kitchen on Instagram. It's your boy Smooth, Cooking Up 215. Let's get back to the show. Let's go. Y'all already know who it is. Your boy Smooth.
It's your girl Emma Grand.
We got my man Jae Skeese in the building. Listen, Chef Dina. Y'all know Chef Dina. When she come, she carry. And she kept it simple but still exotic on y'all with the henny white wings. And Jae Skeese, you know, he's from the east side of Buffalo. He said, listen, we don't play about the wings, baby.
We don't play about the wings, man. They got to be on point. These look like they on point. I ain't going to lie. These look crazy.
Listen, Jay going to tell her. He going to let us know, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is. We dig right in. And she hit us with the mango margaritas. I can't leave that out, you know what I'm saying?
This is crazy. I feel so spoiled right now.
You know she spoiled us.
She do. We going to call her Carriet Tubman.
Carriet Tubman.
She carry it. All right, Carriet Tubman.
Oh, yeah, that's fire.
That thing hit, right?
Yeah, that's fire.
The drink, now I'm like...
Oh, my God.
I'm trying to tell y'all, when Dina get a club up under the motherfucking drinks and the drink, that shit can be slamming.
I'm saying, like...
Yeah, we was checking out her Instagram, and that Instagram was crazy. Mm-hmm. She had, what was that, sweet potato something? Man,
the butterscotch drink?
It was like sweet potato cream, chicken, something like that.
Mm.
It looked different.
She creative.
One time, she brought us the buttersquash, and it tasted just like a sweet potato. And it was like, it was straight out the buttersquash. It wasn't like she did some extra to it. That thing was just right. And then she hit us with the greens, and she put the greens on top of the whole turkey butt. So it was just full of flavor. That shit I'm talking about, boy. It was like Thanksgiving that day.
This is good.
But these wings is it. The sauce, this sauce, yeah.
This is good.
And crispy and sticky. Ooh, I
I gotta
love
watch
that.
my portions.
I love that.
What they call them, sticky wings? These some perfect sticky wings. That sauce is everything.
And the cocktails too. I feel like she's so
Yeah.
creative with that.
You gotta bottle that shit up, then you gotta sell that.
Don't play with that. Yeah.
That's it.
Nah, for a fact, this is fire.
Yeah.
This is fire.
So, before we left off, we was talking about, you being linked up with Conway, being signed to DrumWorks. So, since this journey, what type of things have you experienced as an artist? Like, have you worked with some people that you always dreamed about working with and shit like that?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Okay. Give us some names and some, give us some rundown.
I think the illest like experience that I had was the experience I had in the studio with Freeway and Beans. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it happened. It wasn't even on purpose. You know what I mean? They came up for a show up in Buffalo, and I was already in the studio. Conway was supposed to pull up, and they ended up coming to the studio because they heard, I guess, Con was coming through. And I'm there at the studio. They ended up pulling up. I meet them, and Free, his first album, Philadelphia Freeway. I remember having that joint on CD and just playing it on repeat. You know what I mean? And then Beans, like, they're two artists who, like, I always had a great deal of respect for. You know what I mean? Because they helped kind of shape my style, especially Freeway. You know what I mean? And they pull up, and I got to play in my album. Thank you. Got to play my album, and they tapping in. I got a couple videos up on my Instagram of it. They rocking and going crazy. And one of the tracks came on, and it's from my new album. It's called About Uncertainties. One of the tracks came on, and at the time it was just me on there. It's called Out Here. And I'm watching Free's reaction as the song is playing, and he's just going crazy, bobbing his head. He's like, "Yo, this is ill."
Yeah, Free got one of them super rapper.
There you go. Yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, he be, you know what I'm saying? So I'm watching him, and the song goes off, and I tell him, like, "Yo, I got some space for you on there if you want to jump on the record." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yo, there's room on there for you. You know what I mean? If you want to jump on the record." He's like, "Yo, play it back." So we play it back. He's like, "Yo, let's do it." So right there on the spot, Free did that verse for me. You know what I'm saying? But
that's iconic.
Between like being in the studio with Free and meeting like Alchemist and meeting Swiss Beats and Jill Scott, you know what I'm saying, and being in the same room as these people, you know what I mean? Not even necessarily working with them, but just getting the jewels and getting game and just being in their presence almost. Valuable. You know what I'm saying? It's really crazy, you know what I mean? Because it's like a dream come true, you know what I mean? So,
was this something that you always envisioned? Like, did you see it playing out the way it's playing out?
No. I didn't see it playing out. I didn't know how it was gonna happen or what it was gonna look like, but I always kind of felt like it would happen. I just didn't know what it was gonna look like, feel like, smell like. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. Every day I wake up and there's new things happening. You know what I mean?
That's so dope, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I just love to see somebody like who put that work in and like get to finally see their dreams coming to fruition, man. That's just something so major.
100%.
Even to be like you said, in the studio with Beans and Free, like these is dudes that got work with Jay. You know what I'm saying? Some of Jay's best shit is with these dudes.
I've missed meeting Jay-Z by like 5 minutes, like 3 different times. Wow. So that's bound to happen too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You rub your shoulders with. It's 1 degree of separation now between.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's super crazy. I don't even know what that'd be like just to meet Jay.
Just to be in the room, like you said, the energy, like even just to ever just be able to see them like in their creative space or like in their zone.
Nah, that's special, man, because those are people that have been doing it for a long time and they got a lot of respect from a lot of people, especially me. So that would be dope to kind of just like you said, just be in that space and just see how they work and everything. So.
We speaking it into existence right now.
Oh yeah, of course, got to.
What was your head like just once you heard and then it was solid and it was finished, that track with you and Free?
You said what was the what?
Where was your head at? Like, how were you feeling once that thing was finished up?
When we finished up that track that night, it was just like, man, the energy was so crazy in the room, you know what I mean? Because there was a bunch of other rappers there.
Right.
And everybody was like, everybody was penning verses to that song, you know what I mean, that night. And everybody wanted to get on the record. And when Free finally laid his verse and, you know, we're listening back to it, it's like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because the energy on the song anyway is like
it's on crazy.
10.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Free just brought a whole nother element to the record. You know what I mean? And it's one thing to, you know, to be on records with Conway. You know what I mean? He's a top tier lyricist. He's one of the best to ever do it, in my opinion. But then to still be able to, you know, on the same album, be on a record with Freeway, who again to me is like one of the top lyricists ever. You know what I mean? And like one of the most unique lyricists. You know what I'm saying? With just the way that he kind of structures his flow. So to be able to stand, you know what I mean, like toe to toe with him and come out with something, or put together something that was like super ill. I think it's just it's everything.
He a legend around here.
Yeah,
yeah,
for
for sure.
sure.
And you got a show coming up too, right?
Yeah, June 21st we'll be here. We'll be at TLA.
Okay, that's hard too.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you headlining that joint? Is your joint?
No, so I'm not headlining. So it's the Won't He Do It tour, Conway the Machine, and then I'm a special guest along with Sauce Walker. So we're doing 17 cities.
Okay.
You already
That's
on
a nice
tours and
lineup.
everything.
Yeah, man, yeah.
How that feel?
Crazy. I mean, I've been on tour. Well, I've been coming out on tour with Conway. The last 2 years. Love Will Get You Killed tour. We did what was it? 21, 22 cities here in the U.S. We did, I think, 5 cities over in Europe, and then we did 9 cities up in Canada. So, and then we did. I was coming out on the Griselda tour last year. But this is the first tour that I'm like, my name is actually on the tour flyer.
Right.
I'm a part of the show. I'm on the tickets and everything. I got my own set. So this is the first time for that. So, you know, it's a testament to the growth.
That's growth, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so
So
fire. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Accomplishing dreams and goals, baby.
Yeah, man, trying to, man, just building, like I always tell my homies, man, just building from ground level, and, you know, eventually we're going to have a skyscraper, you feel me?
Yeah, no, that's for sure. So was it like, even right now, was it like naysayers? Because they make it seem like if you're not coming out with the shit that's popping right now, with the drill shit and shoot them up, kill them, or bag it up, sell it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They make it seem like, oh man, they not gonna fuck with that. The people not gonna fuck with that. And I always say it's the ones like you or Conway or like the J. Cole's where you create that core following that can really kind of take you anywhere.
Right.
But was it people that kind of was telling you like this not gonna get you where you trying to go?
I mean, yeah, from the start, you know what I mean? Like from, you know, what we talked about earlier, putting out my first mixtape. You know what I mean? There was plenty of people who, you know, had a lot of negative things to say about my style and what I do. But I always like just work through it, man, because, you know, everything ain't for everybody. That's one thing. And then, you know, a lot of people who do hate you, they really just love you. You know what I'm saying?
Confused admiration.
Yeah, that's all it is, you know what I'm saying? And they don't understand why they can't be what you are, or, you know, they may just
Why
not
they think they
understand
can't be.
Yeah, exactly.
They might can be if they...
You know, it's like I had to overcome a lot of different things in my life. So, you know, somebody saying something about what I got going on and my style and, you know, what I talk about in my music, it's my music. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like you could do better, do better.
Not your expression, though.
Right.
Your art.
Yep.
That's what people gotta understand. Even the music industry, for me, need to understand that. Like, music is an expression. It's supposed to be art. Like, why are you trying to keep trying to find people that's doing the same shit? You know what I mean?
I think what it is, though, it's just, you know, people, they have such a strong emotional connection with music. You know what I'm saying? Because we listen to it all day. It shapes our lives. Like, we listen to it when we get up in the morning. We listen to it on the way to work. We listen to it at work, on the way back home. Like, and it like, people feel such a way, like, so strongly about it. So if it doesn't coincide with what they, you know, what they believe in or what they grew up on, it's like, nah, this ain't it.
Right.
Yeah, like, this can't work.
Yeah, this can't work. But at the end of the day, again, everything ain't for everybody.
Exactly. It's another person that feel total opposite than what you feel. Because there's a lot of artists that when they first came out, I couldn't see it or fathom or understand it. You know what I'm saying? I just understood that it's art, and this is something that they do, how they do it. Like, like the Triple X's and shit like that. Like, as big as he was, everything wasn't really a hit for me. I didn't look at it like this is you know, what everybody was raving and ranting about. But
or like people that I never heard, or I don't think it's hot, but they're the #1 on the chart, so somebody loves it. So
yeah,
just because you
exactly.
don't, somebody else gonna love it.
And that's the
It's
best
a
thing you
space
can
for
have.
everybody, every genre.
Exactly. The best thing you can have is that core following. Like that's
100%.
That's where you eat. That's really where you win at. That's where you get that longevity at. Like Cole could just drop whenever he want to drop. Don't gotta do nothing crazy and do banana numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause he put that footwork in. Like, you know what I mean? Like yourself. Like to be grinding at this shit since 2010.
Crazy.
2023. You know what I'm saying? You 13 then, just on the grind side of shit.
Right.
So it's like, if you willing to do all that without a dime coming in off a rap, now you could get a dime off your shit. What? It's like, now I could really go crazy with the right resources and the right people. Let's talk about it. What's your plans for the future?
Man, you know, for right now, just continuing to build up. You know what I'm saying? Put these projects out, man, and just make an impact with that, you know what I mean? But for the future, you know, I definitely see myself producing other projects because I feel like I have a great ear for music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want to own a record label one day as well, you know what I mean? And help the people that I care about, you know what I mean, my homies. You know, I want to help them put out their projects, and then other artists that I feel like are really dope, like Coda Sevilla, she's in the building wherever she is. You know, she's somebody that I got a lot of respect for, you know what I'm saying? She's on my project.
That's all right.
And, you know,
Does she sing rap?
Yeah, she sings and raps, you know what I'm saying? So she's fired. And then, you know, there's plenty of other artists that I know of as well that I would love to, you know, work with and help them, you know, live out their dreams. So, you know, I want to get into acting. I want to write books, you know what I'm saying? I want to, like, all around, I want to just be a creative, you know what I'm saying?
Vicious with the art.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Express your full self.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's what we come here for.
No, for sure, for sure. So is it certain people that you know you want to work with right now?
Producer wise?
Producers, artists?
I mean, I would love to work with Pharrell. That's like at the top of my list. You know what I'm saying? Pharrell. I want to work with Alchemist. I want to work with Big Crit. I want to have him produce something for me and do a feature for me. You know what I'm saying? Man, plenty of people. You know, Derringer. I still haven't really worked with Derringer one-on-one. That's somebody I would love to work with. Metro Boomin is another person I would love to work with. You know what I'm saying? So, Hit Boy, another person. You know what I'm saying? Like, all different types of sounds, because I don't like to keep myself in a box.
In a box,
you know what I'm saying? I like to just
like,
do it all.
when you're an artist, you get busy on all different types of platforms.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. So, you know, those are some
all different
people.
types of canvases.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to limit myself to anything and working with anybody. You know, I just want to continue to just elevate and just keep going up.
So you got Metro. So you named a lot of dudes. You named a couple artists. You said Big Crit. Is it not like real, like you don't really got a long list of artists that you feel like you want to really get busy with? Matter of fact, let's do this. You in Philly. Since you're in Philly, it's only right. Are you tapped in with the Philly scene right now?
I'm not too tapped in. I don't know too much of what's going on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once you get it, it'd be like that for myself. Like when the youngins coming up. But is there any artists from Philly that you know for a fact you want to work with?
From Philly, not off top.
You done already got Freeway out the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Free. You know, it would be a dream to work with Beans. You know what I'm saying? Uzi.
Okay.
Uzi would be fire. If we could bring Eve back one time, you know what I'm saying, for a verse. You know what I mean? That would be fire.
It's hard to get Eve in the booth.
And one thing I didn't know that Swiss was from Philly.
You didn't know?
I didn't know that. I always thought Swiss was from New York. That would be dope too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Swiss still getting vicious with the beats. I think he do like the production for what is it called? The Godfather of Harlem?
I'm tripping. How am I forgetting this? Of course I want to work with the Roots.
The Roots.
Yeah, of course.
Did you know that what's the name was from Philly?
Who?
Scott Storch.
I did not know that.
Scott Storch.
I thought Scott Storch was from like Miami or something.
No, he from Philly too.
That's crazy.
He used to actually who he used to date. Man, I can't think of it all the time in my head. I don't know why I'm thinking Eve, but it might not have been Eve. But he was dating somebody. But yeah, he from Philly too. Like he used to be part of the Roots.
Okay.
Actually,
yeah,
that's the crazy part, right?
I didn't know that.
Philly, we got so much history, bro.
Yeah.
Like people don't be understanding how deep into this music shit we really go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It should be really in us. You got dudes like Black Thought.
There you go.
Like, he a vicious lyricist, dude.
Yeah, that's what made me think of the roots, man. Like, you know, between him and Questlove, you know what I mean? Like, but Black Thought is somebody like, you know, obviously he dropped that freestyle a few years ago, the Flex joint, you know what I mean? Where he went for 10 minutes and
killed that joint.
Man, he's just like, he's a Jedi, you know what I'm saying? He's like somebody I would love to work with. You know, he's worked with, you know, Westside and Benny, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's only right, man. Just keep it Buffalo to Philly.
Yeah, no, for a fact, man, definitely. So, you just dropped, what was the name of it? Like, crazy, I know the name is something Uncertainty.
Yeah, Abolished Uncertainties.
Abolished Uncertainties. Okay. So, what's up next after that?
So, after Abolished Uncertainties, I got another album that I'm finishing up now with a producer from Italy. His name is Superior. The name of the project is Testament of the Times. So we're looking to drop that, you know, hopefully by the end of this year.
Oh, that's heavy.
Yeah, so we coming right back. I'm on my DMX.
Yeah, you know
not
what I'm
saying?
saying?
No 1 year.
Yes.
No time out.
So
On tour and still recording.
Yeah. We working, man. We working. Just, you know, elevating, man. But I got that joint. I got some great features on there. The beats are amazing on there. You know what I mean? And I'm still talking what I normally talk. You know what I'm saying?
Do we get to know who on there?
Yeah, I got so right now I got Rome Streets on there. I got Smoke DZA is on there. I got Shane Noir on there. OT the Real is on there.
Shout out my guy OT.
Yeah.
OT Philly too.
OT is from Philly too.
Yeah.
Who else I got on there? I got Coda Sevilla on there.
Okay.
I got Big Noid on there. From New York. Yeah. So it's a crazy project, man. And you know, I'm ready to put that joint out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, hopefully by the end of the year, and then we got the Drumwork album coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm
that's gonna be stupid.
I'm working. You know what I'm saying? So we just trying to go up.
Even to have Smoke DZA.
Smoke DZA, that's
how did that happen?
So the record is called Shot Clock. And I was at the studio. I recorded it, and I sent it over to my guy Chad. He heard it, and he was like, "Man, you know who was something crazy on this? Like Smoke DZA." And I was like, "Man, send it over to him. Like, I would love to have Smoke DZA on this joint." You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a legend. So, you know, he sent it over, man. Smoke sent it right back. You know what I mean? Killed that joint. You know what I mean? It's a dope record, man. So I'm ready for people to hear that joint too.
I'm glad to see everybody embracing you the way they are, because it don't really sound like you running into too much hesitation. Even with the way Free just jumped on the joint for you, it's like sometimes you get this, you know, these stories from different artists, and it just seems like, you know, everybody's hating or everybody worried about themselves. Nobody want to see me win. You know what I mean? They make it seem like you always running up a hill with this shit, but
I mean, it's not. I mean, you know, everything comes with its complications and frustrations, but at the end of the day, you know, you're gonna run into some real ones that want to see you win. You know what I mean? And fortunately, I've ran into more people who want to see me win because of, you know, who I'm connected with and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I've been blessed. I'm not gonna lie. I've been blessed to work with some of the people I've worked with for sure.
yeah.
I feel like you attract that. So you attract what you are, and you attract your vibe. So
Yeah, that's a fact.
you put that work in to attract who you was going to attract.
That's a big fact. That's a big fact.
And definitely, I think being humble, man. The way you just sitting in front of you, like you super chill, super humble. Ever since we spoke, you know what I'm saying? It's never no Hollywood type shit.
Yeah.
I think that shit plays a long, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it goes a long way. Period.
That's just me. You know what I mean? Like, even you hitting me up in the DM, like, you know, when regular people who just support me when they hit me up, you know what I'm saying? And we're all regular. I'm not saying it like that, but you know, people who listen to the music, they DM me. I always DM back. It ain't no like, you know what I'm saying? My joint be flooded sometimes. Like I make sure I hit back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, people been hitting me up all week, like, yo, Abolish Uncertainties is crazy. And I'm just like, yo, thanks for tapping in. Make sure you know what I'm saying? Just send it to 5 people you know. You know what I mean? That goes a long way. Like, I DM some of my favorite artists, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's no response. So, you know, to get that back, I know how that feels.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I always been super humble, man. And, you know, God just has a way of just humbling you anyway. And I think I've got a lot of that in my life, you know what I'm saying? So I just keep it chill and, you know, I just do what I do.
That's major, bro. I already know you got a lot of things going on for you. I look forward to seeing you act, everything. I look forward to seeing you flourish fully. We just love to see it, man.
No doubt,
I'm glad
no
you
doubt.
came through, blessed us with your presence.
You already came.
You know what I mean? Even broke bread a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
no doubt,
major.
no
You know what I'm
doubt.
saying? So let the people know how they can follow you, where to follow you, how to get abolished uncertainties, everything.
Yeah, no doubt. So you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jae Skeese, JaeSkeese. Make sure you also follow Drumwork Music on Instagram and on Twitter. And you can get Abolished Uncertainties everywhere. Also, make sure you go stream Pain Provided Profit. It's me and Conway the Machine, 7-track EP. It's crazy. So make sure y'all stream that wherever you stream your music. Apple Music, iTunes, Tidal, YouTube, SoundCloud, everywhere. Make sure y'all go stream that.
That's heavy, man. Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth.
It's your girl Immigrant.
We got my man Jae Skeese. It's Cooking Up 215, the best podcast in Philly. Let's go.